Hello, welcome to another weekly episode of our podcast. This is once again your host, Gallema, sharing you information every weekend. So, what am I talking about in this week's episode? Anxiety and depression. Anxiety is a type of mental illness that not many people are well aware of. Not that it only affects an individual, it has affected a community of both old and young aged members. Both male and female having this mental illness can trigger different such as generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, phobias, and panic disorders. Scientifically, it is not possible to cure anxiety. It is more of managing by visiting therapy and taking medicine. There are multiple factors on the development of anxiety. Some of the facts can trace back to family history of anxiety, outgoing stressful events, physical health problems, drug substance intake, and personality factors. According to statistics, women surpass the phase of experiencing anxiety than men. All in all, those who suffer anxiety are also prone of suffering from depression simultaneously. Now we are going to talk to a worker from Beyond Blue. Good afternoon, Stephen.
Good afternoon.
So, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions here. So, what is depression and what causes depression?
Depression is when you feel sad, moody, or really low at times. But for some people, they experience these feelings very intensely and for a long period of time. It can even be weeks, months, or even years. And sometimes without any apparent reason, depression is more than just a low mood. It is a serious illness. It has an impact on both physical and mental health.
So, do you know when you just have depression straight away, or are there any signs and symptoms of it?
There is signs and symptoms. You just don't know they have depression. The signs and symptoms that will be is the behavior that you don't go out anymore. You don't do things at work or school. You can back out of close friends and family. You rely on substances such as alcohol and smoking because you think it makes you feel better. You don't enjoy activities anymore, and you are unable to concentrate. And the feelings you overcome is overwhelmed. You feel guilty, frustrated, unhappy. Disappointed, and mostly sad and miserable. So yeah.
Are there any types of treatment that help with depression?
There is no proven or scientific way that people recover from depression, but however, there is a psychological treatment and medical treatments as well for the patient.
So who can assist? Can anyone assist?
Anyone can assist really, your person or your guest that is talking to you on later on in this podcast can talk to clients from our helpline, which is 1300 of Beyond Blue, and we can support you, give you advice, and we can also take action to make you feel better.
So with recovery time, how long will it take?
As I said before, it can take days, weeks, or years, but there is no cure for depression and anxiety, but you can manage it by, expressing yourself and by talking to an adult to make you feel welcomed and accepted.
Thank you for being here, Stephen, and thank you for answering these questions. Guest, who is now 18. He has been battling depression and anxiety for over 8 years. He wants to share the story with us.
Alright, thank you for having me here, Carl. So, my name is Marc Gallema, and right now I am 18 years old. I suffered from depression and anxiety at the age of 10. It started when my mum explained how, when I was in year 6, she explained how she lost a child, and that was my older sister. And if she was still alive today, we'd have 3 children. She'd have 3 children: myself, Marc Gallema, my younger brother, Carl Gallema, and my older sister, Marielle. So that affected me a lot as a person. I'd be very ignorant towards people. I would be really careless in my actions. I really wouldn't think about the things I do. I'd just do it. So the way I dealt with depression back when I was around 12 years old, when I went to high school, was pretty a really bad way. I remember when I'm out with my friends, I'd pretend that I'd be happy. I'd just pretend to be happy, when really inside I'm sad and hurt. This depression and anxiety, I believe, traces back in family history. At the moment, my mom's going through depression with her sister, along with her sister, because for starters, my mom's still scarred from losing her child. And at the moment, my auntie from America is going through a divorce, which means my mom has to leave for America in really next week, Wednesday. And that hit me because I have friends who don't even have parents. I have friends who only have one parent, a mom or a dad. And I don't know, it just, gave me questions on how I'd have to look after my younger brother and myself at the same time. And I really have to help my dad too. So, it's hard to have depression and anxiety. You're always overthinking about things. You always doubt yourself. You stop yourself from doing things because you think you're bad. It affects you as a whole, as a person as well. But when you come to think of it, you're also affecting other people as well. Because, you're not opening up to them and they're getting worried about you, that you're not okay. It's like when I get older and have children, I wouldn't like to see my children going through depression like I did. Because as a parent, I'd love to see my children happy at all times. Like my parents would be for myself and my younger brother. She always wants us to be happy. She always wants us to have things that we want, But things come and go. Like right now, I'm 18, as I said at the start. Yeah, I'm 18 now, and really, I got through it by opening up to my school counselor at school, and she helped me both physically and mentally. She stopped me from self-harming. She talked me out of things I wanted to do, like committing suicide and all that type of stuff. And she said it's not healthy for you to start with, and not healthy for your parents and your relationship with other people, because it affects the way you act to them. So I took it into word and into heart as well, and I changed, really. I haven't overcome it yet. I still have it, but I'm managing it right now. So, if every time I feel sad and, I feel doubting myself, I always express myself or talk to someone older than me. So, because when you talk to someone about a problem, you feel more welcome and more special about it, you feel accepted. So, yeah, that's my life story, I guess.
Thank you, Marc Gallema, for sharing your life story with us.
No worries.
So this is going to be the end of this week's podcast. Make sure to tune in next week for next week's episode of Podcast Today. This is once again your host, Gallema.